What's up, guys? It's your boy Darkskin, and today we are going to be talking about Escanor again. Now, for you anime-only people, now is your time to leave. Someone told me, yo, Darkskin, I didn't come to your channel to get spoiled. And I'm just thinking, like, I tell you guys every time when I'm about to go over the manga, so I don't know what to tell y'all. But anyways, I know a lot of you guys are tired of hearing about Escanor and whatnot. Trust me, I'm not that fond of Escanor either, but there's just a lot to cover over him right now. It's just a lot to cover as far as Escanor goes right now, so we're just gonna have to do it. Now that we got that out the way, we'll be covering Escanor's backstory, talking about how the one who stands above all, Escanor, the prideful lion, came to be. So we've never knew that much about Escanor to begin with, besides the fact that he thought he had a curse that we now know is a grace called Sunshine. Also that Sunshine enables him to get stronger as the sun rises, and he gets weaker as the sun sets. We also know that at 11:59 a.m. he is at the height of his power, being able to fight toe-to-toe with the salt form Meliodas. This is because he enters the One State. We also know that he has a battle axe called Rita, which is his sacred treasure, allowing him to store his sun energy in it at will and enables him to fire it off as an attack as well. So in the daytime he is strong, and at the nighttime he is weak. We get it. But what if I told you that we have a lot more information on Escanor and his backstory on how he became one of the 7 deadly sins? Well, in chapter 327.1 of the manga, they released a full 42-page chapter going over the entire backstory of Escanor. Starting from the beginning, we see Escanor as a young teen or adult in a storm crying to a girl named Rosa, which surely was Escanor's memory, since the next panel starts him in the Lioness Castle. Escanor was being convicted for terrorizing and trampling numerous villages and towns in the kingdom, not to mention showing disrespect to the king. He had also injured the great holy knight Zarathos, who was trying to restrain Escanor at the time. Even though he was being convicted of these crimes, it was hard to tell that it was really Escanor who committed all of these crimes, since they were committed when he was in his big, bulky state, but as of now, he is in a small, scrawny figure. He was branded with the sin of pride and sentenced to be hanged in front of the public. But before the final verdict was reached, Meliodas said that instead of doing that, he would take Escanor in. Soon after that, Meliodas and Escanor go back to the 7 deadly sins group, telling them that Escanor will be the 7th and final sin. Everyone soon starts to introduce themselves, and after a bit, it gets to Merlin. As she is being introduced, Escanor can't help but notice that Merlin looks exactly like Rosa, except for Merlin's hair is black and Rosa's hair is blonde. So to celebrate the group forming, they decided to have a little party. Soon after, almost everyone is drunk and fast asleep, except Meliodas and Escanor. So Escanor decides to go outside, since if there was any chance he could get away from them, now would be that time, since he wants to be gone before it's morning time, since Sunshine will activate. Just as Escanor leaves the house and was about to be on his way, Merlin teleports right behind him. She starts to ask why is he leaving, and to that he tells her he is afraid to show his curse, saying that he will someday hurt her or someone else if he doesn't leave. Once it activates, Escanor can no longer control himself, and his actions are not his own. After having a short conversation with Merlin, the sun soon starts to come up, and as it does, Meliodas comes out of nowhere, asking to test Escanor's powers. Escanor responds that Meliodas will lose his life if he even takes one step closer. Being the funny, happy-go-lucky guy Meliodas is, he immediately steps forward. To this, Escanor punches Meliodas into Bon, who has just woke up and stepped outside. As Meliodas hits Bon, they slam into the wall, and Bon's body explodes. Escanor then rushes away in anger at the fact he has done this. As he is running away, he keeps wishing for someone to stop him. Anyone. Whoever can stop him. Soon after nightfall, Escanor becomes scrawny again. Merlin seems to find him once more, and in finding him, she asks him to join Meliodas in the game. Escanor responds with telling Merlin she doesn't only look like Rosa, she talks the same way as Rosa too, and that they both say sweet things about his curse. Escanor then tells her that trying to comfort him isn't going to work, as he doesn't deserve it since he killed her friends, Meliodas and Bond. To that, Meliodas shows up again out of nowhere, telling Escanor he isn't the only monster here. He says that all of the 7 deadly sins are monsters who have to repent for their sins while living life to the fullest. Escanor responds that he can't control his power and that he has done nothing but hurt everyone that has gotten near him and that they have no idea what he has been through. Gother speaks and tells Escanor that he was a prince in the past, and because of his curse, he was banished from the kingdom. Eventually, Meliodas tells Escanor that at noon the next day, they will have a fight to set things clear. So the next day comes, Meliodas proposes that if he wins, Escanor will join the 7 deadly sins, and that if Escanor wins, Meliodas will leave him alone and he can do as he pleases. Seeing now that Escanor's power peaks at noon, the fight is about to start. Escanor then punches Meliodas, but Meliodas seems to catch his fist. The next instant, Meliodas haymakers Escanor with a crushing blow, and Escanor hits the ground. Meliodas then puts his foot on Escanor's neck and says, if you're still eager to win this fight, I'll end your life right now. After a short speech and a life pep talk, Meliodas then says, I'll be there to keep you in check until you can control your powers. Escanor soon fades, and as he does, he sees Rosa one last time before telling her he will now give his life for someone dear to him, just like she did. So guys, that's going to be it for the video. That's pretty much everything over Escanor's backstory. So be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, comment down below, tell me what you guys think in the comment section below, and with that being said, I will see you guys next time. Peace.